Hey everybody, another episode of the SDR Triple Option Podcast, TJ's Top 5, and TJ here to make you some money this week. And how did last week go for you?
We batted 500
for me.
Well, I batted 2-0 against you.
Yeah,
that's always pretty
You're
cool.
back in the positive.
Yes, I'm up a Diet Dew.
You got Diet Dew coming your way.
Which is nice. I went 5-5 on the week though, Randy. Real quick, I had Illinois at Northwestern in the Mr. Producer Bowl.
Oh, very nice.
Mr. Producer, his Northwestern Wildcats took care of Illinois by 18. I had Illinois getting 14.5. That was a loss for me. I had the Hawkeyes getting a point against Wisconsin. They got the bowl back in a very convincing fashion. Yep. That was very nice to see.
Absolutely did.
Thursday night football, Patriots-Rams. I had the Patriots getting 5.5 points, and I had under 45. Patriots got obliterated 24-3, but the under hit, so a push for me, no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. And then we go to Sunday, Arizona by 2.5 at the Giants. I had the Giants. They fell flat on their face, and they had a chance to stay atop the NFC East. That was a pretty
weird
terrible
season,
showing.
man. Just a lot of wildness going on.
Yeah, that was a pretty terrible showing. Speaking of terrible showings, Houston by 1 at Chicago. I took Houston. I think Chicago just scored again on them as we speak right here. 36-7. Houston got destroyed by Chicago.
JJ Watt's got to want to get out of there.
I would hope so.
Just
maybe. I was gonna say maybe he has a nice house in Houston. No, with the money JJ Watt has, he definitely.
He probably have a house anywhere he wants.
Yeah,
but
he definitely has a nice house there. So that was a loss for me. And then part one of my 2 bets with Randy. This one was actually a bad beat for Randy. I do have to say. Kansas City by 7 at Miami. It was 31-10 at one point in the second half. Miami comes back and gets me the cover, 33-27.
Which was ridiculous because they were owning that game.
I know they were.
They take their foot off the gas. They do it every week. I got to learn. That's a shame. I mean, it's like 2 weeks in a row they've done that to me now, where they've had a nice convincing lead and then they take their foot off the gas, and the other team is desperately trying to get back into it. They go to this prevent defense, which prevents me from winning.
So it might be a thing to look for and look for going forward. Take Kansas City in the first half of games, because the second half they kind of maybe get a little lethargic and maybe a little sleep easy, and then they let the other team in, and then they have to put the game away. So that was a victory for me. My second victory against Randy, Washington at his San Francisco 49ers, the Niners by 3. I took Washington. Thank you, Washington's defense. Maybe the best in the league right now, getting me 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was huge. Well, that and the fact that we got clumsy fingers hanging on to the football, but yeah, there's a whole lot of issues there that are beyond Washington's abilities, but
yes, that defense is nasty.
Yeah.
Jets at Seattle. It was Seattle by 14. I took the Jets. The Jets scored the first 3 points, and then the Seattle Seahawks scored the next 40. I am done betting on the New York Jets. They are a disaster. And then I had a teaser, Tampa Bay hosting Minnesota. I needed Tampa Bay to win by a half a point, and thanks to Dan Bailey, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did win by at least a half a point. And then Green Bay at Detroit. I needed Green Bay to win by 1.5. They won by 7. So my teaser hit last week. 5-5 on the week. 43, 45-5 on the season.
Oh, you're right there, man.
I know.
You gotta get you over the hump this week. You got a lot of games on the sheet this week.
You gotta shoot or shoot, Randy.
There you go. Well,
I almost made that.
Nice shot. So, hey, what about the game? And unrelated to that, but what about the game of Monday night? Now, if you're a betting man on that one. Well,
if you took the Ravens, you're happier in picks than slop.
Yeah.
If you took the Browns, you're mighty upset. Because I saw some videos that there's this guy, he was watching the game, he had the Browns bet, and as the Browns are trying their best Cal Stanford play, trying to throw the ball around the yard, the guy's just like, just go down! Just go down! And then it gets a safety. The Ravens win by 5. Oh my goodness! I thought I had heard maybe at post that game was Baltimore by 3 or 3.5, or maybe someone did a live line of the Browns getting 4.5 live during the game. And if that's true, that's an epic bad beat.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's an epic bad beat.
As a betting guy, that would want to kill you.
Or how about somebody who took the under? I want to say it was like 47 or 48.
Yeah.
Each team almost covered that. I didn't see a high-scoring game coming between those two. No way.
That was a fun game. Probably the best Monday night game we've had all year. But.
Very. Lamar Jackson, he came back to his MVP form. He's not going to win it, but he came back to it.
Well, as you said when you threw the paper away, that's last week. We're on to bigger and better things.
We're on to Cincinnati. Words of the hoodie. We're on to Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati. Yeah. Hey, Now you got some big matchups here in college.
Yep.
All of the big college game matchups.
Yep.
And some pros in here, so this will be a fun week.
Yes, this is going to be a great weekend. If you're a football fan, man, this is going to be a great weekend.
Hunker down.
Saturday's going to be a great day.
If you're on the East Coast, you got nothing else to do because you're snowed in anyway.
I heard that. That's my first game plays into that.
Nebraska at Rutgers.
All right, this game is Friday night at 6:30. I didn't even know about the snowstorm they got out there, Randy. They got a big one.
Watch the news, man. That's all they talked about all week was this huge snowstorm.
Well, I'm more worried about our weather, which is pretty clear.
Yeah, I know. I'll take it.
Which is pretty clear, but it is Nebraska by 7 at Rutgers. Who in the hell is Nebraska to lay 7 at another Big Ten team?
I don't know.
What in the hell is that? Give me Rutgers in this one all day. Getting a touchdown at home. I think Rutgers is probably a better team. They're
playing really well this year.
Greg Schiano came back. He coached them in the mid to late 2000s, did a pretty nice job with them. He's come back. He's got them, I think, at 3 wins. If they win this game, they might get to a bowl game. It's going to be cold and snowy in Piscataway, New Jersey on Friday, so Nebraska might not even want to be there at that game. I think Rutgers will be very fired up for this game to not only win their home finale, but maybe get into that bowl discussion. And you're going to give me a touchdown with Rutgers? That's easy. That's a 5-star lock. Okay. Which means it probably won't hit because I made it a 5-star lock. But no, right now on Thursday, I love that pick. Rutgers getting the touchdown. I love it. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see them win the game.
And I'm sure there are some local fans who are not happy with that pick. There are some local fans who will be very interested in this next pick as well. That team named after the Broadway musical Oklahoma. Playing against Iowa State.
All right, it is Oklahoma by 5.5. Randy, give me the Cyclones in this one, getting those 5.5 points, right?
I would hope so. I mean, the way they've been playing,
and they beat them already this year. Yeah. In Ames. Now Oklahoma might win the game. I think this game's a true toss-up. I wouldn't be shocked to see either team. It's in Dallas. Okay. It's in Dallas at Jerry World. Would not be shocked to see either team win this game. I think it's a true toss-up. And you're going to give me 5.5 points with the team that won the last battle and who's probably got, I think it's a no-brainer, the best quarterback in the Big 12, maybe the best defense and best running back. I love Iowa State in that game. Another 5-star lock, which probably won't hit.
And that is hard for a Hawkeye fan to say. As a dedicated Hawkeye fan as you are to say that, that's a tough
I'm always going to root for the state schools, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. The only time I don't root for these guys is when they're playing Iowa. So.
Yeah, give me the Cyclones. I think it's 2 no-brainers right off the bat.
Now here's a big gap in this one.
Yeah.
Ohio State and Northwestern.
All right, this is the Big 10 championship game. Ohio State by 19 against Northwestern. I'm just doing it. I'm just taking Ohio State in this one. They know if they come out and look dominant, they're currently the number 4 team in the country, number 4 team in the playoff. If they come out and look dominant against Northwestern, win the Big 10 championship for the 3rd or 4th year in a row, they solidify their spot in the college football playoff. I think that's all the motivation they need. Plus, they're a much better team than Northwestern. I love Northwestern, love me some Pat Fitzgerald, but Ohio State with huge motivation in this game. Give me the Buckeyes, and I'll lay the 19.
And they're going to be wanting to make a point that they belong there in that Final Four because there's a lot of people talking because they only had the 5 wins, so they didn't belong there. And
so they're going to say this week, hold my beer, and they're going to come out, I think, smash Northwestern. Northwestern will give it a good fight because Pat Fitzgerald's way too good of a coach, but Ohio State's talent
they don't have enough to match up with Ohio State.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a lot of teams in the nation that do either.
No.
Though,
these next 3 or 4 we're about to talk to, I think, do.
Alabama, good for us down in Alabama. The Kansas Snake Stablers school from back in the day.
Yes.
Against Florida.
All right, this is the SEC championship game, I believe, in Atlanta. I think it's where it's at every year. Alabama by 17. I'm just doing it. Again, Alabama, that team is just rolling. Oh, my God. Roll Tide. A little play on words there. But they're at the SEC championship game every year. It's like a de facto home game for them. They know this game really well. And I think Alabama's just head and shoulders above almost anyone else in the country right now. I think they'll smash Florida. Give me Alabama and I'll lay the 17.
That's a lot of these bigger bowl games or the bigger matchups. It's a lot of point spread.
I know.
You'd think these would be closer.
Well, and Florida last week too. On top of everything I just said, they lost last week at home to a terrible LSU team. Yeah. I mean,
Coach O.
Coach O. He rallied the troops for that game, I guess. But that's a bad loss for Florida at the Swamp. Now they got to go play Alabama in the SEC title game. Yeah. Give me the Tide.
All right. Hey, here we go. Clemson and Notre Dame, the rematch.
Yes, that first game was awesome, Randy. Yeah. That was a great game. Unless you had Clemson. I think it was Clemson by about 4 or 5. I had Clemson in that game, and they didn't win.
And there was one key missing component to that game as well.
Oh, is he kind of important?
Relatively important. Goldilocks, yes.
It's Clemson by 10.5. I don't have as much faith in this one because I have a lot of respect for that Notre Dame program led by Coach Ty. Coach Ty's spirit.
Cheering spirit, yes.
But I will take Clemson in this one. Like Randy just said, getting Trevor Lawrence back is huge. And in that last game, Clemson gave them a lot of breaks. I think Notre Dame essentially scored 2 touchdowns on defense. I don't look for Trevor Lawrence to let that happen. And they want to solidify their spot too. There's some talk if they would maybe lose to Notre Dame that they might be out of the playoffs. So I think you'll have a lot of motivation from Clemson to not only win, but win handily against Notre Dame and to keep their name in that college football discussion. So give me Clemson by 10.5 in the ACC title game.
Coach Ty might want to put a Diet Mountain Dew on that one.
Coach Ty, give me a call. You know how to find me.
Don't they still have a dinner date?
I don't know if they did or not.
I don't know if he and Bookman went on their dinner date for the first match.
Well, they didn't let us know.
Well, they were supposed to invite us.
I know.
But then you dropped your Thanksgiving names on them, and they got us.
Oh, they liked Wicked Hookfin and Jim Toom and Bat Tie. They liked those.
All right. Great.
Troy Tombstone, anybody?
All right. So Clemson over Notre Dame.
Yep.
This time I tend to agree with that. Carolina, as we move to the pros, Teddy B on the road at Green Bay.
Speaking of motivations, this game is Saturday night, and speaking of motivation, is Green Bay by 8. I don't usually like laying this many points, Randy, but I'm doing it. Green Bay, I think they cover this, and I think they roll Carolina. Right now, Green Bay has the #1 seed in the NFC, and they are not going to want to give that up. So I think you'll get full max effort.
They want everybody coming to the Lambeau.
Yeah, they want everybody coming to Lambeau. So I think you're going to get max effort from this one out of Green Bay. And I just think they're a much better team. And for my money right now, Aaron Rodgers is the league MVP. He is just on a tear right now, playing really well. Green Bay's defense, you'd like to see them play a little bit better if this team really wants to make a run at the Super Bowl. But Green Bay by 8 in this one on Saturday night, yeah, I think they smash Carolina.
Very good. Seattle and our buddies from Washington.
It is Seattle by 5.5. You know what, Randy? They've treated me pretty well. Give me Washington getting those 5.5 points. That defense is
on a high right now.
Dang right. That defense is nasty, and they'll be very motivated because they're on top of the NFC East right now. They really don't want to give that up. Now, I have a lot of respect for Russell Wilson, but
isn't Metcalf out of the lineup or something? Somebody's out of the lineup.
Well, I know Alex Smith might not play for my Washington football team, but Dwayne Haskins came in. He played okay against Arizona. Now, maybe with him getting all the first team reps, maybe he'll play better and be ready for that. But I don't know about Seattle's wide receivers.
I don't know. I heard one of their, and maybe I'm getting the wrong name. I could have sworn somebody told me one of their key.
Well, if DK Metcalf is out, that really helps my Washington.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quote me on that, but I heard a name and
that's
if that's what it was or not.
But Seattle by 5.5 at Washington. Give me my football team all day. Love it.
For sure. All right, now you get a couple teasers for us to close it out this week. And you put Green Bay in both of them. Yeah,
so if I think Green Bay is going to smash Carolina by at least 8, it makes sense for me to tease them down by 2, right? So my 2 teasers, I have Green Bay by 2. And my first one, I'm going to pair it with New England. They are at Miami, so I'm going to take them from +2 to +8. Miami's got a lot of injuries. I think their top 2 or 3 pass catchers are out, top 2 or 3 running backs are out, and the Hoodie generally does really well against rookie quarterbacks, and they've had extra time to get ready. They played last Thursday, and now they're going to be playing this Sunday, obviously down in Miami, although the Hoodies kind of struggled usually down in Miami, but...
all Tua needs is Gesicki.
Yeah, I know, but he's out. I think he's out.
Is Gesicki out this week
too?
I think he
is, yeah.
Man.
I think Devontae Parker might not play.
These poor guys, at that point, I feel bad for Miami because they've been playing some really good ball.
Yes, they have.
It's a bad time of year to run into that. And COVID, or are they just hurt?
I think hurt. I think hurt and COVID. I think a little mixture of the two. But give me, so my first teaser, Green Bay by 2 and New England +8 against Miami. And my second one, Green Bay again by 2. And then I'm going to pair that with the other Saturday game, Buffalo at Denver. Buffalo from -6 down to just a pick 'em. So Buffalo, all they have to do is win the game. I think Buffalo's easily one of the best teams in football right now. And Denver is going to be without their top 3 cornerbacks. And now you're going to try and stop that rolling passing attack. Diggsy, Johnny Smoke Brown, Cole Beasley. Some of those other guys, Gabriel Davis, Dawson Knox, Josh Allen. I look for Buffalo to win that game.
Now, looking ahead, we'll be a little pragmatic because I'm not going to be here next week, so I'm going to ask you this as we start getting to the postseason.
Sure.
If you had to pick 2 teams for the NFC Championship right now and 2 teams for the AFC Championship, who would you put your money on now if you were?
I'm going to go Green Bay, New Orleans at Lambeau.
Agreed.
Green Bay at New Orleans at Lambeau. Although Seattle will have something to say about that, I think.
Yeah,
Seattle will have something to say about that.
They got a great coach. They tend to do well when the playoffs roll.
And don't count out my Washington.
They're not getting.
I know, but that defense is wicked, though, Randy. And then in the AFC, of course, I'm going to go Kansas City. Pittsburgh's not playing very well right now. Maybe they can circle the wagons. Speaking of circling the wagons, you gotta like the Buffalo Bills. But maybe someone out of the AFC South. I mean, last year we saw Tennessee just roll right into the playoffs.
All of a sudden they showed up. Yeah.
And you can't count out Baltimore. You can't count out Cleveland. That's a really good team. I'm going to go Kansas City, Pittsburgh in Arrowhead.
I'm going to say Kansas City, Buffalo.
Okay. I almost went Buffalo.
Three of the four. We're
I almost went Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they played again. That's a true toss-up. So,
absolutely.
Review real quick, then we'll get out of here. Rutgers, Iowa State, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, Green Bay Packers, Washington football team. Then I have two-team teasers. Both involve Green Bay. Then I have Green Bay and New England with one, and Green Bay with Buffalo in the other.
There you go, man.
There it is.
Money, 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 money.
Kyle Rudolph.
There you go. We're going to get one in. All right.
Kyle Rudolph.
Sorry I had to be here for that. All right.
Green bean casserole.
TJ, you're on your own next week, buddy. So
I know. I guess we'll have to get her done.
Making the people money, but on behalf of everybody here at the Daily Report, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back to celebrate with big bowl games coming up here in the new year. And TJ, keep making his money, buddy.
That's right.
All right. Christmas is coming. You got cash. We'll see you next week on the SDR Triple Option Podcast, TJ's Top 5.